In the framework of supporting the activities of the International Women's Month, Young Women Christian Association, a Rwandan non-government organization founded by Christian women in collaboration with Muhanga District with the support of Oxfam, organized the closure of the month. This was an opportunity to congratulate and give awards to outstanding women in the effort to pull their families and villages out of poverty. The head of Young Women Christian Association explains
that during this International Women's Month, we should find those women who have excelled in developing their homes and their villages, as well as the nation in general. We would then put their achievements in limelight and give them awards as an encouragement.
That day's theme was Women, the focal point of wealth in family development. From the grassroots, 24 women had been preselected by taking 2 from each of the 12 sectors that make up Muhanga District. 5 would then be further selected, of whom only 3 would be selected as the final winners of the day. But prior to that day, these 24 women had received a 3-day training, which they recognize as having been quite beneficial.
We have gained a lot from this training we received. We have been instilled with the spirit of self-esteem and how to add actual value to our production. We have also learned how to express ourselves and have been trained in matters of good governance.
The training has instilled in these women the capacity and spirit of expressing themselves in public on matters regarding their development. This one talks about agriculture.
This is the most delicious kind of potato.
There is also animal husbandry.
Fortunately, my bull grew to the extent of earning me 500,000 francs, and with this, I became an outstanding livestock farmer.
They are also involved in agricultural transformation in the field of beverages.
My banana wine is refined and bottled, quite different from the ordinary one.
Agricultural transformation also involves food products.
I received a bank loan with which I bought a maize milling machine.
Business people, craftspeople in various fields, all passed before the evaluation jury, each one explaining how they pulled themselves out of poverty and how they developed their villages. This activity was crowned by a selection of 5 best women. Uwimana Jacqueline from Nyamabuye sector, Nyiransengimana Gentil from Kiyumba sector, Mukangwije Cecile from Kiza sector, Bamurange Beatrice from Kawachuzi sector, and Mukakanazi Valerie from Rugendabari sector. The rest of the women were happy about the way the selection was conducted.
I really give much credit to the selection jury because the task of choosing 5 people out of 24 is not an easy one.
While the contestants were waiting for the selection session to start, their anxiety was high, some quite optimistic.
I have enough confidence to win this contest. I am sure of winning. I strongly believe I will win.
And others just waiting for anything to happen.
The number of winners is very limited. I don't know what will happen. All I have, I got from God. Therefore, whatever comes out of this contest will have been determined by God. If I win, well and good. If someone else wins, it's just as well.
The emergence of the contestants before the jury was very spectacular. It was also a great jubilation for the general audience, who also had a say on their performance. Each of the contestants was accorded 5 minutes to express themselves following the order pre-established through voting. The jury then listened attentively to the role of each one in community development and their performance in general. Also important was the aspect of technology transfer, job creation, and working in cooperatives with the aim of women development. Being under the age of 30 was also an added asset. Jacqueline used to be in a life of shame.
When I was still a prostitute, I used to be beaten and all sorts of bad things happened to me.
She later decided to abandon prostitution and became a cleaner. She invested her earnings in fruit hawking and is now selling cooking charcoal.
Now I have changed the direction. I'm a different woman.
She now has a dream.
I will no longer produce charcoal because the process degrades the environment. From now on, I'll be using solid waste from the neighborhood to make fuel briquettes.
Gentille was born in a poor family and had very humble beginnings.
I started by selling beans and then bought a rabbit and bananas to produce banana wine.
She sold bananas and tomatoes and got involved in pig rearing. She later bought a sewing machine and started tailoring.
I also trained 7 youngsters, 4 of whom were trained for free, while 3 were paying 20,000 per month.
She also has a vision.
If all goes well, I will continue my work and get adequate machinery for that while training more and more youths.
Despite her age, Cecile feels she has no time to sit idle.
When I retired, I had to devise means to survive while developing my home and my village. I started modern banana growing, which gave me an overwhelming yield.
With a blooming banana plantation, she is also cultivating maize and pepper, which are quite productive.
Currently, it earns me 480,000 per month. My maize harvest this year was 1 ton.
Cecile's production goes further beyond her home.
I have 6 permanent workers, 2 for bananas, 1 for pepper, 2 for maize, and 1 for livestock. I'm also helping my neighbors to develop.
She also has a prospect.
My future plan is to have my business grow even wider.
Beatrice also tells us how she started.
I was a teacher before I was sacked due to lack of adequate qualification. I then started to grow bananas.
Her banana plantation has flourished for the benefit of herself and her family.
I have 450 banana trees, which have already produced more than 200 plantlets that I sold for over 200,000 francs. I now earn 60,000 francs per week from the bananas. Out of these bananas, I bought 2 exotic cows worth 600,000 francs and made a biogas installation of 700,000 to help me protect the environment and save myself from kitchen smoke and soot. I also built a commercial house worth 2 million, and this earns me 10,000 a month. I bought a house in Muhanga town where I store and sell my harvest. On my bank account, there is 1,252,286 francs.
For her, the horizon is quite brilliant.
My vision is a bottling factory for my wine.
Valerie also started with limited resources.
From the money I received, I bought chickens, and out of these I got a pig. I would also sell the eggs and put the money in a tiny homemade safe. After 1 year, I sold the pig for 45,000 francs, and in my safe I had 55,000. I put all this money on my bank account.
With this capital, she sought for training, which she obtained from a friend.
It is at this time that I started learning how to make soap out of palm oil, as well as paint out of cassava and lime.
She has now indeed made use of this training she acquired.
This enabled me to buy a cow worth 350,000 and a piece of land worth 3.8 million.
She is now determined to prosper even further.
Considering my evolution trend, I believed I could be among the 3 winners. It would help me to develop further. I would buy machinery for my workshop. Up to now, I do everything manually.
Before the contestants' self-expression, they had to leave to allow for free judgment to the audience and the special jury. contestants were called upon to receive their prizes. Among others, as the focal points of wealth, the best winner was put in the light of the day. This was Nyiransengimana Gentil, and was awarded a good 50,000 Rwanda francs. However, the audience was still anxious to know the three winners. The representative of the jury then dissipated their thirst. These were the three winners. Bamurange Beatrice, number 3 of them, got a prize of 150,000 Rwanda francs. Nyiransengimana Gentil was the second. And got 200,000 francs. And number 1, Mukakanazi Valerie, received 250,000 Rwanda francs. She expressed her happiness in the following few words.
My childhood dreams have come true.
In addition to this day's winners, the other women present were also happy about the way everything had been organized.
The best winner has something special, paint making. That's why we all believed she would take the best position. The second one was that girl. Taking into account her evolution path and the hurdles she faced, she really deserved the second position. In the field of banana growing, we thought the prize shouldn't be given to someone old, who has almost reached the climax of her life. It should instead be given to someone still young and dynamic, capable of bringing about more progress in that area. So, God has done exactly what we simple human beings had wished.
The mayor of Muhanga District, who was the guest of honor, underscored the importance of such an event in women's development and congratulated the organizers. Happiness this day was also expressed through sharing food and drinks.
I am really happy about my results in this contest. It's a surprise for me because I didn't put in much effort. I even received no training at all. I was just able to explain my achievements with ease.
Beatrice tells us the importance of this prize.
This will make me work even harder now that I have received assistance. This time I will employ some people to help me with my work.
Gentil was also full of joy.
I am very, very happy. I am happy in and out.
According to her, this prize is quite useful.
At first I was shy, but the results of this contest are so good that it is a great encouragement for me to develop even more.
She also feels she will never forget this event.
It is the first time I have been to Muhanga. With this money, I'll be able to buy another machine and other equipment. I will also continue to help my friends with a loving heart, as I have always done.
Valerie was also very happy.
I was very delighted when I learned that I was the best winner.
She also gives advice to other women.
I would advise my friends to have self-confidence. There is a lot that men do that they too can do. When I started making paint, nobody thought it would bring me anywhere, but it has brought me glory.
She is calling upon her fellow countrywomen for hard work. Her work of producing paint, soap and dyeing fabrics has made her prosper, and she's proud of it.